So speaking of bangers, I ended up replaying the original 4 Silent Hill games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So obviously I replayed Silent Hill 2 for my video.
Yep.
I'm glad you liked Sword. I was very happy to see your praise for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a really good video.
Oh, thank you, Peter. But yeah, so obviously I replayed SH2, but I also replayed SH1, SH3, and SH4. And wouldn't you know it, all of those games are still some of the best horror games in the genre. Who would have thunk? Like, there's all 4 of them are still bangers.
Like, oh man, yeah, the teams, the team that basically pioneered the genre almost. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I also played a little bit of Silent Hill Homecoming recently. I only played like a couple hours of it. And yeah, that game still sucks. Like, I was actually streaming the game for a friend. And like, he was kind of like trolling a little bit of like, oh, Daniel, you don't understand. This game's secretly a masterpiece. You're gonna come around. But he couldn't keep it up for long. He was like, wow, this game is a lot of nothing.
He couldn't even keep up the charade as a joke.
he tried keeping up the bit, and yeah, like the game is pretty bad. But man, the Team Silence games are all still so amazing. Like, I was honestly most surprised by how well Silent Hill 1 holds up. I actually think, in terms of playability, like, I actually think Silent Hill 1 is the most fun to play.
Yeah,
like,
I can say that.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the exploration and the combat, there was something to it that was more enjoyable in the first game.
I feel like Silent Hill 1 got the most enjoyable varied enemy types, as well as the exploration being as open as make it really cool to explore not only like the dungeons but also Silent Hill itself.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that was lost a bit in the other games, where it really felt like you were exploring the town of Silent Hill in the first game. There is still some of that in 2, but obviously by 3 and 4, it's not really about exploring Silent Hill anymore. But I still feel like even compared to 2, exploring the town felt more fun and rewarding in the first game. Now, obviously, like 2 is like the best story-wise. Like it's peak. But 3, man, replaying 3, I think 3 might be the scariest game in the series. Like, it is so visceral with its imagery. I think there's more instances in Silent Hill 3 than any other game where the game is just showing you something or doing something that just makes you go, what am I looking at? What is happening? What is going on? What is that thing? I don't want to get near it.
But yeah, I honestly, I know a lot of people regard like 2 as the scariest. I think the atmosphere, the audio, the monster designs, just the overall like visuals and everything, I honestly always have found 3 to be the scariest game in the series. It's just I've played that game multiple times and I still find it scary.
Like, I think
I know exactly what's coming.
like Silent Hill 2 I think is the best game, download game out of the original Team Silent game, but I do think I still like Silent Hill 3 better in combination with 1, because it is like
that's the
sequential story.
3.
Yeah,
the way that 3 connects back to 1 in so many cool ways, like especially when you return to the town and Heather like stumbles on like old notes written by her dad that used to be save points from the original. That's such a cool moment. You're just like you're like, what it's so good.
It's like the perfect aha moment if you've already played the first one.
Yeah, especially like in Silent Hill 1, you go to this desk in the final dungeon desk area, and you're not sure how it relates to Alyssa right now. But then in 3, they did tell you more directly when they allude back to it, when you're in this death area again. So I do think like Silent Hill 3 does a great job of building up the elements you found in Silent Hill 1.
Yeah, and a lot of people, such as myself, have talked about the symbolism of SH2, right? But SH3 is no slouch, right? Like in that regard, the game is still chock full of meaning. Like even in the dog enemy, like I don't know if you noticed this, but the dog enemy is bandaged up and is burnt, just like Alessa.
That's right. That's right.
And if you look at the design of the dog, it's like its head is split in two, kind of like Alessa. She split her soul in half.
Yeah, like, I think people really don't give like 3 enough credit in that regard too. Like there is, when you like really take a deep dive in it, there is like really meaningful symbolism in it.
Yeah, and it's especially cool when you consider that in Silent Hill 1, most of the monsters are Alessa's monsters. They're all stuff that she was scared of, right? Like, she's scared of, bugs, and that's why like a moth is like one of the bosses. But one of the enemies is also a dog. So if you think about it, like Heather is also Alessa, but like at this point in Silent Hill 3, she almost sees Alessa as like a different person. So like that dog enemy kind of represents her being afraid of herself.
Interesting. I never looked at it that way.
Dude, Silent 3 fucking rules. It's so good.
It is. Like I love 2, and I know it's a fan favorite, but I really think 3 has a lot to offer in its symbolism and its story and characters. I think that game is like really gets overshadowed, and I think when you sit down and take the time to dissect it, I think it's just as meaningful as the other games in the series. I really think there's a lot to dissect with it.
Yeah, and Vincent, I love him. He's such a good character.
Bastard, but he's such an awesome character that I can't help but love him either.
Like just the way that he like acts so pompous, and he thinks he's like better than everyone, but then like Heather will be flipping with him and he starts to lose his shit. Like he's so good.
Yeah, like when he can't get like the reaction of her that he wants, he starts to like kind of like change.
Hey man, hell yeah, calm down. I don't mean anything by it.
That's just
like,
a joke.
That Harry, he's a really sneaky guy. Don't talk about my dad like that. Whoa, Joe, chill out.
He's like, that was not what I was going for. And I think like Douglas is like a really like a tragic character. He becomes like kind of a father figure to Heather, and she starts to warm up to him. And there's just so much great stuff about Silent Hill 3. Yeah, Silent Hill 3
is honestly like it doesn't get enough love. It really, as much, and I do love Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is like one of my favorite games of all time. But so is Silent Hill 3. But speaking of Silent Hill 2, I did also finish the Silent Hill 2 remake this year. And
nice.
Yeah, so the reason why it took me so long is because I was playing the game together with my sister, and there were not a ton of opportunities where we would get to play together. So it just took us a while before we actually finished Silent Hill 2. And unfortunately, this like the same thing is happening with Silent Hill F. I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just be like, I'm sorry, Ash. I'm gonna beat Silent Hill F on my own because I don't want to wait like another year just to finish one game with you. But anyways, I did finish Silent Hill 2 remake with her, and I really like it, but I still prefer the original. I think the original is still like a timeless classic, but as far as remakes go, I think Silent Hill 2 is the remake is a really admirable take on the original. And one thing I really appreciate is that it feels different enough from the original that it doesn't feel like it's trying to be like a remaster replacement, right? Like it just feels like it's like a different take on the original. I don't agree with all the changes that they made. I don't agree with some of the stuff that's been removed. But overall, I mean, there's not a lot to be upset about. It's a really, really well-made remake, made by people who clearly loved the original and wanted to do it the justice it deserves. And I think they pulled it off. I had a good time with it, and that's really all I could ask for from the remake.
I want to say, like, I think we talked about this in another episode, and you hadn't gotten that far yet, is I actually really liked how they handled the abstract daddy section, because like you actually kind of get into like Angela's mind. Like you're wandering in this house aimlessly, running away from it, and it's like, oh my god, this is what Angela must have felt like, running away all haphazardly, like just like, and then you run it, you can hide in these little closets, and there's nothing in there, but it's almost like a little safe space, and I'm sure that's exactly what Angela went through, and it like really gets you into her. I've seen a lot of people, but some people kind of dismiss it as, oh, it's just like a Resident Evil fight. It's a Evil Within fight. I'm like, I think the frantic nature of like having that head-on like fight with the abstract daddy kind of like puts you in her shoes. Like this is like the struggle she was dealing with as a child, and I actually like that was something I thought was really well handled. And you can even hear little cryptic voice clips about her father. Like there was a part that like I felt like really disturbing, where it's implied that like she defended herself against him, and he's like crying as if like he's the victim. I'm like, fuck you, you piece of shit. Like, and like, yeah, and it was so good, and like it adds to it without spelling it out for you. It's like it enhances it just enough to give you a little bit more, but it doesn't feel like it's spoon feeding it to you either. I thought that was like a really well done like section of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the boss fights in general in the remake, the boss fights looked kind of silly in the original. Like, let's be for real, right? Like, it's usually just like standing still, just like pumping bullets into something, you know. And it's not hard to improve upon that. And in the remake, I feel like they went above and beyond to make sure that these boss fights felt like proper boss fights. You know, like they were really cool. They were really well done. And I agree. I think like the Abstract Daddy in particular was like their crowning achievement. I think it's the best boss fight in the game. And just like one of the best moments that they managed to like, you know, take from the original and really make their own. So like kudos to them for that.
And on a side note too, something I actually really thought was really cool was towards the end of the game, you actually get to fight those like enemies that hang on the, what the hell were they called? I don't remember what they were called, but the things that like they're always beneath you and they're climbing, and you could avoid them very easily. But
yeah, I think they're called the Mandarins.
Yeah, those. You actually fight them in the remake. That was so cool because, and actually, I even remember reading an interview with the artist that designed the monsters for Silent Hill 2, and he said that he wishes that the Mandarin was more utilized in Silent Hill 2, and that's actually fun fact, kind of what inspired the closer monster in Silent Hill 3, because it does resemble the Mandarin, and the reason for that is because he wanted to like go back and kind of like use that model again, and so the fact that you actually get to fight them head on was really neat. I thought that was a nice touch.
But yeah, the person you're talking about is Masahiro Ito.
That's right. I couldn't remember his name. Mm-hmm.
He designed Pyramid Head. He's the fucking goat.
Yeah, he knows his shit. So, but yeah. So overall, yeah, I agree. Like I also wasn't happy with like literally every decision, but I think that what we got was actually really good, especially from a team that is not known for handling like certain subject matter with particular grace. I think that they really delivered here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I still haven't played for Silent Hill 2 remake, but what I've heard of it does seem an interesting remake.
I think you would enjoy it. I think it's a good remake. That being said, you'll probably like Silent Hill F more because it's really fucking hard, and I know how much you love that. But yeah, I've only played a little bit of Silent Hill F. Unfortunately, I will get around to it because I've heard really good things about it.